Alright, grab your tea or coffee, heck, grab a glass of wine if you need it, because today I'm about to start yapping. We're gonna talk about why I disappeared. 1 second, I was streaming, super consistent, everything was growing like crazy, and then poof, gone. And trust me, it wasn't because I stopped loving streaming, it was because life decided to put me through the hardest difficulty mode possible. So, let me take you through it. Welcome in. Hi, my name is StrawMaryRose, and welcome to Storytime with StrawMaryRose. So it all started with my mom getting sick, and I was still pretty new. I just barely started streaming. At that time, she was still living in the Philippines with my older brother because he was working over there. And one day we suddenly got this message from him. Hey, we had to rush mom to the clinic. She's in extreme pain. She's gonna get a checkup. And I remember thinking, okay, maybe it's something small. Maybe they'll give her medicine and just send her home. And they did send her home, but then it got worse. So they went back to the ER, and this time she was admitted. The doctors started running tests after tests after tests, like a bajillion tests, and somehow they couldn't find anything. Meanwhile, my mom's pain was only getting worse. Before we move ahead, there's going to be a trigger warning over here. I will be mentioning blood, so if you're not a fan of that, feel free to skip ahead to this timestamp so you are safe and sound and you have a peace of mind. Okay? Ready? Ready, let's go. So it reached to a point where she was throwing up blood and she was passing blood as well, and my brother told us that she was losing a lot because there's some internal bleeding that was going on. So now we're suddenly scrambling for blood donors because she needed constant transfusion just to keep going. Seeing her, my mom, who's always been so full of life, just lying in a hospital bed, barely able to talk. No, she's actually was not able to talk, and the only thing I could do was video call her. I had to put on like a brave face and be like, hey mom, I'm okay. Don't worry about me. Just feel better. When in reality, inside, I was completely breaking. And the doctors, they basically told us they couldn't do anything. They don't know who, what, when, where, why, how. They couldn't figure it out. And imagine hearing that. My older sister, who by the way flew over to the Philippines from the States, refused to accept that and was like, no, we're gonna move her to a different hospital. And she pushed and pushed. She was looking for anyone or any friend, family member who can help us find a hospital where we can transfer my mom to. And finally, we did. We got help from a family member and transferred my mom to a different hospital. And thank God we did. Because after more tests, the new doctors found a problem, and it was a ruptured blood vessel in her liver. And get this, they said if we hadn't moved her when we did, she wouldn't have made it. So they scheduled the surgery, and it went on for hours. Well, I can't even describe what it felt like waiting, or especially with the time difference. Everyone's almost there. I mean, everyone flew to the Philippines but me. And I was just like, hey, let me know what happens, because it's like probably 2 a.m. over here if it's like 5 p.m. over there. So it's like I just have to constantly wait and not sleep sometimes. And I was just praying for good news. Well, finally, the surgery was over and my mom was alive. Well, she was weak but recovering. And that relief, I don't think I've ever felt something that big. But of course, the story doesn't end there, because then we got slapped in the face with a hospital bill. $70,000. Like, who just have 70 grand lying around? Rich people, I guess, but definitely not us. So my siblings in the Philippines were working nonstop. I was also doing the best that I could. We were reaching out to friends, family. They were writing letters to the government asking for help. We also set up a GoFundMe, just literally begging for help. And thank God we did get around 2 to 3 grand in donations, which more than we could ever ask for. And then we also had some friends and also family who let us borrow money, which was amazing and we're forever grateful for. But the rest, loans, credit cards, debt. So like I mentioned earlier, I decided not to fly to the Philippines because I thought it could help more by working over here. So I picked up 2 more jobs. At first, I told myself, I got this. You know what? I'll power through. We need money. Like, I don't know. I don't think I can earn like 70K in a week or 2. But then since I pushed myself too far, I broke. I'll never forget the time that I was riding my bike on the way to work one morning and I just stopped in the middle of, not the road, the sidewalk. I was just frozen and I couldn't breathe. I had a panic attack in the middle of the street and I just ended up crying and able to move. I was breaking down. And after that, unfortunately, I had to quit the 2 jobs that I just started because I physically and mentally couldn't handle it anymore. I would literally wake up and if I have to go to those new jobs because it's a new environment and I was rushing everything, I was like pushing myself. I physically could not move and I just break down crying. Now my mom is thankfully here with us in the States and recovering well, but we're still paying off all that debt little by little. It's a huge amount. She's even working hard herself, trying to help, which, to be honest, it breaks my heart. She should be resting, not breaking her back to pay hospital loans. And yeah, it's still really tough, but we're pushing through and maybe one day I'll even do a subathon or donathon to help with those bills. But at that point in my life, everything felt like it was falling apart. Everyone was having a hard time. It was just so sad to see. But after all that with my mom, I thought maybe we'll get through this and it's time to ease back into streaming, do something simple, fun, and lighthearted. So I planned a community game night on Discord, which we played Gartic Phone. So it's like easy laugh. We're doing silly drawings, just good vibes. And I was like, I'm gonna stream this because I'm having fun with my community. So I had everyone in the Discord voice chat and I even invited some new people. And here's where I'll admit, yeah, that's probably dumb of me because I trusted strangers to just be normal humans, which is a big mistake. Because instead of fun, we got chaos. They joined the call and immediately started spamming slurs, full volume, screaming, soundboards. It was disgusting. And in Gartic Phone, same deal. People weren't drawing funny little stickmen anymore. No, they were like writing slurs. Oh, I just punched my mic. I'm like raging right now. But they were drawing messed up stuff, completely ruining what was supposed to be a cozy community night. And I was just sitting there, losing my mind inside. But to be fair, I was trying really hard not to show it because if there's one thing trolls love, it's a reaction. And I wasn't going to give them that satisfaction. Thankfully, my mods were absolutely heroes that night. While I was trying to hold it together on stream, they were banning, muting, cleaning things up behind the scenes, and honestly, till this day, I do not know what I would have done without them. And so yeah, I deleted that bot instantly too when I ended the stream because I know how people like that think. They love going back to relive the moment like a creepy serial killers, just like going back to the old crime scene. Well, not on my watch, bitch. That night left me shaken. It's honestly traumatizing, and it made me realize that I can't just blindly trust people online, no matter how much I want to believe in the good. It definitely changed how I approach my community after that, and I want to just let you guys know, please be careful online. It's just a scary place, but it can also be a fun place to be in. Well, after the hate rain, I somehow bounced back. I was low-key streaming consistently, my stats, my analytics were growing, and honestly it was amazing. For the first time I thought maybe I can actually do this, you know? And then the PayPal troll showed up. So at first, it just looked like I was getting random donations. So it started June 4th. Yeah, I have my notes. And I started getting donations from the same person. I was getting $35 each daily, like every single day. Which honestly, it sounds great, right? Except I wasn't even streaming those days. And I've never seen this person ever before. So very sus. Since I got really scared, I set my donations to login required on Streamlabs to block fake tips or, bots or some shit. But the same person still came through, just using different PayPal accounts. What I mean by this, it was like, it's under the same username because you know how you can check like who donated what and you can see the username. So it's all from the same person from Twitch, like their Twitch username, and their PayPal accounts are all different email, different names, and it's basically what people were saying. Since I was like looking for any similar experience, they're most likely using a bot to do what they're fucking doing. I immediately hit up Streamlabs like, hey, this is happening, and they blocked the account. And guess what? They just made a new account, or they probably used a different account that they have and continued with the donations. So I tried everything. So I disconnected PayPal and I removed my donation links on my panels. I contacted Streamlabs and PayPal. Well, Streamlabs did block the account. On PayPal, they basically said, we can't do anything until they start doing the chargebacks. And I was like, I'm literally warning you. I know that this person is going to do this to me, right? Well, they're like, we can't do anything. They have to do it. And then the chargebacks started. Every donation gone with extra fees. By the way, the amount of donations that I got from this person, it piled all the way up to $1,000. So if you think about it, instead of making money from streaming, I was literally paying to stream. So I filed cases against the chargebacks because why shouldn't I? I'm losing money for literally not doing anything. So I attached 2 PDFs of solid proofs showing everything, from receipts, from different names and emails of the PayPal accounts, all the transactions, and the conversation that I had with the PayPal customer service. Same thing with the Streamlabs. It's solid with all the explanations, all the timestamps, all the thoughts that I had, and I still lost every single case. Since there's so many donations, it's like multiple transactions. Since it's a daily donation that they were doing, I have to file a case for every single one of them, and I lost every single case. As sad as this sounds, up until today, my PayPal is sitting in the negatives because of this one person's harassment. And the worst part is that this all happened while my family was already like drowning in debt because of like the hospital bills. So we're still paying off loans, credit cards, just literally asking for help. And now this scammer was adding more on top. And it felt like someone just had their foot on my chest. And no matter how hard I fought to get back up, I just kept getting shoved down again. So it wasn't just about the money. It just completely broke the trust that I had. I wouldn't say my own community because I don't even know this person, but definitely in the platforms I relied on. And it was incredibly draining, mentally, like emotionally, and most of all, financially. Okay, so after all that happening, it's just very draining. I was not okay. And every day after that felt like this constant balancing act. Like, do I pay the bills? Do I help with the loans, the banks? Do I save for groceries? Or do I put money towards clearing the PayPal debt because of that bitch? Not me just like looking, going insane, but it was exhausting. It really was. And I was living in constant survival mode. And all of this was happening while streaming. That was supposed to be my happy place, my escape through all of these things happening in my personal life. But instead, even streaming became kind of like a reminder of the debts and the scams and the breakdowns that I was having. And at that point, I really thought, maybe I can't do this anymore. So I stopped streaming and I disappeared. So it took a long time. I was like, I don't think I want to stop streaming, but I don't think I can do it right now. I feel like I need to take the time and heal and kind of like, I don't know, just write my thoughts down and see what I can do to help myself, what I want to do, what I want to achieve, and all those things. And I was really working hard on that. I started preparing for debut little by little for the comeback stream because I love doing that. I love hanging out with everyone. I missed my community. And fast forward this was about 2 months ago, I was finally starting to feel hopeful again, and I was genuinely happy. I was slowly preparing for a debut. It was like, oh, I'm gonna be debuting soon. I'm so excited. I'm gonna be able to come back and hang out with my friends, like talk to everyone again, do the things that I love doing. And things were starting to stabilize a little, and I kept telling myself, we're gonna be fine, and we're finally starting to get better. And then the car incident happened. I couldn't catch a fucking break, y'all. So we woke up in the morning and we went to move the car to a different parking space. And there it was. Glass everywhere. The window had been smashed. And it wasn't just the window. They stole the stuff that we had inside the car, which was my iPad, where I had my art, my drawings, even Vtuber models I was working on for my friends, my portable karaoke machine. Do not ask, for Filipinos, we have that everywhere. We bring that everywhere. My mom's wallet, and we also have like this big ass, fat ass JBL speaker. They were all gone. They took everything away. And of course, on top of losing our like stuff, we also had to pay to fix the window. Because why not, right? No, not why not. We have to. It was one of the moments where you're just like standing there, like, really? I was just starting to feel good. I was starting to feel hopeful again, and now this. And it felt like every time I started to like breathe, life had a brand new like way of sucker punching me. Like literally. But I was like, just breathe, queen, just breathe. It's okay. Everything's gonna be fine. So I just pushed through. And announced that I will be debuting on August 30th. But of course, I got sick. So I pushed it back to September 6th. And if you guys were there and you guys were able to join me, thank you so much. And if not, I hope you are able to watch the VODs that I have on my Twitch, and also I will be posting it as well. So I hope you enjoy watching that. By then I had been promoting everywhere, TikTok, Twitter, YouTube, even Reddit, Facebook, and Instagram. Can you believe it? And I started seeing new faces. I started getting a lot of new followers. I guess people are curious about who this strawberry fairy VTuber was. Yeah, it's me. When debut finally arrived, I was so nervous, like heart racing, hands shaking, nervous. But as the stream went on, it's just like, it just feels incredible. It's like everything that was happening was just like so amazing. I saw people who had been there since the very beginning, the one who stuck with me even though I was gone, I disappeared. And I started seeing new friends who found me through my promos. I saw my close friends showing up like with love and just encouraging me, cheering me on. And then it's just the support just kept rolling in. And my following jumped from barely 400 to almost 600 followers as of recording this. People cheered me on, they celebrated with me, and made me feel like, I don't know, feel welcome, like I belong here again. I also started my debut stream with the music video that I edited and recorded myself at the very beginning. By the way, the blue music video is out. I released it earlier this week. I believe I released it Tuesday. So if you want to see that, go ahead and check it out. I'd really appreciate it. So sharing something like that is something personal and creative at the same time. As my big return was very nice because everyone loved it, and I cannot thank everyone for just, I don't know, for joining me. So I ended that day overwhelmed with good emotions, and just like I was just really happy, and I'm relieved that everything went well, and I'm extremely grateful for everyone who came by and who stopped by to support me. It definitely reminded me exactly why I started this in the very first place, because I know what it feels like to be down and hopeless. I mean, did you guys not hear what I've been yapping about for the past I don't know how long the video is. And I want to meet a person who makes other people smile, and who gives people a little hope and maybe motivation when they need it the most, because I know what it's like to be alone and to just sometimes try fixing things by myself. Sometimes you need someone to be there for you, and I do want to be that type of person for y'all. And yeah, debut day reminded me that this isn't just a hobby for me. and this is like a dream, and I want to be able to do this for everyone, not just for myself, but for everyone as well. And we're chasing it, we're doing this, everyone. So yeah, that's the truth of why I disappeared. From my mom getting sick to hate raids, this PayPal scam, the financial struggles, the car incident, and then leading me all the way up to my debut. I feel like if there's one lesson I learned through all of this, it's this. It's if you ever feel like you need a break, take it. Don't feel guilty about like stepping back when you're literally breaking down. So take time to breathe, take time to heal, and to kind of like rearrange your thoughts, because when you come back, you'll come back stronger with more clarity and honestly more love for what you do. Well, for me, that's what I had to do, and that's why I'm here now. Well, I may not be like the biggest VTubers out there. I'm just a little girl. I'm just a small creator, but a girl can dream. I'm chasing that dream with everything that I have. So honestly, thank you guys so much. Honestly, if you're still here, if you're still watching or listening, I think this is a pretty long video. And if you're still here, thank you so much. Thank you for being here, for supporting me, for letting me share this story. And I just want to say that I'm back and I'm not going anywhere, okay? You take care of yourself. Take a break if needed, okay? I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye bye. Cheers.